Hi, Branwen.
Hi.
What is your favourite line from The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 3 and or 4?
Want some soup? I had all sorts of very detailed client lines, Werner Herzog. But then I did that last week, so we can't have him again. So I went with the complete opposite. Seah.
Hi.
What's your favourite line from The Mandalorian Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4?
So you can slip off the helmet, settle down with that beautiful young widow, raise your kid, sitting here sipping spotchka.
It was an excellent moment.
Bless him.
It's that kind of oh yeah, why am I not doing that? Wait.
Also, it made me want to drink spotchka.
Yeah.
We got a lot to say about spotchka. You are listening to Sisters of the Force with me, Branwen.
And me, Seah. Sorry, I forgot my name temporarily.
That's okay. I don't normally do that, sir. Completely. And this week, we are talking about The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 3, The Sin, and Episode 4, Sanctuary. But not only that, we have another amazing guest, which we're super excited about. Let me introduce the wonderful Bronwen. Hello, Bronwen.
Hello, Branwen. It's nice to see you both.
Welcome along. We're so happy that you're here.
Yeah, I feel very honoured and excited and slightly nervous.
No, don't be nervous.
Don't be
Sisters
nervous.
of the Force is the best, safest podcast you can imagine.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell us a bit about you, Bronwen? I've known you for quite a few years now, but I don't know that much about you other than that you are deep into dance and movement and all that kind of thing, but I don't know much else, so tell us a little bit more about.
Yes, well, I like to cultivate an air of mystery generally and confusion. I am a dance artist, so I do work with people. I particularly work with people who don't necessarily dance very often or think of themselves as being dancers, and like to kind of help people explore that and use their bodies in different ways. And but I have had lots and lots of different jobs and careers and lives, it feels like.
Amazing.
And didn't grow up in this country as well, so kind of moved around quite a lot as a kid.
Oh wow.
So, so I feel like going to different planets and settling in different zones feels very right somehow.
Absolutely. Yeah, that does. A kind of galactic nomad.
Yes, that's right. That's what I like to think of myself as.
I love it. We'll take it. So tell us about your connection to Star Wars. Where did it all begin? Do you love all of Star Wars, or are you quite selective about the different corners that you dip into?
I mean, that is a lot. So I am the youngest. I'm the only daughter and the youngest, and I've got 4 older brothers.
Yeah.
And I'm 46. So they were all of the age when Star Wars first came out. So they were all massive fans. And I have a very specific and really clear memory of the first time I watched the first 3 films that got released. And we were camping just up the road from Gunlies in South Wales, near where my family are from. And it was a really, really, really rainy camp. And I think my mum was just desperate with these kind of 5 kids to get rid of us. So she she found out that at the local cinema, which must have been, I don't know whether it can't have been in Australia. It must have been somewhere down the valley. Anyway, she found out that they were showing all 3 of the Star Wars films. They were showing the whole trilogy together because they'd finally released the last one.
Gosh.
And I think in the year afterwards, they kind of did that occasionally.
Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, whatever the context. I must have only been about 5, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So my dad took us all, and I don't remember much about the beginning, but then at the end of The Empire Strikes Back, there was this woman who clearly had basically been drinking the entire time watching the show. And in the scene with Darth Vader and Luke when they're fighting at the end of that second movie, she got up onto the stage in front of the screen and started going, "I love you, Darth Vader! I fucking love you!" Basically started trying to get Darth Vader and like was in the lightsaber scene herself. And then she got like chased by the ushers. And then there was like this literally kind of like people running around the cinema chasing each other. They were trying to rugby tackle her. We were all cheering.
Incredible.
It was incredible. And also obviously, and then we watched the final film. I mean, and you know, by the time the Ewoks appeared, we were all just like, this has been the best day of our entire tiny lives. How is anything ever going to top this ever again? And it's funny because I was thinking one of the reasons why I was nervous about coming on the podcast is that I have had someone say to me in the past, they're like, oh, you're not a real fan because I don't know, I didn't know the name of a spaceship or, you know, like I didn't, that kind of stuff. But for me, Star Wars has like always been in my life. Princess Leia was like the first kind of female icon that I actually looked up to and, you know, really kind of identified with. Yeah. I'm still very angry at Jabba the Hutt in general. Like really cross about him. And but then I suppose my fandom's gone through different movements. Like I didn't watch episodes 1, 2 and 3 when they came out. They didn't really kind of I felt like they were going to mess with my picture of those first 3 movies that I really, really loved.
Yeah, fair.
Then the kind of the final episodes came out and they were filmed in the Forest of Dean, which is where I live now. Like a lot of the scenes. I think there's one scene with Rey and Kylo Ren.
Yeah, they're in Puzzlewood.
And that's all like just down the road in Puzzlewood. And and I had kids by then. And we watched it and they started getting into Star Wars. And then they were the ones who actually started watching all the Clone Wars animation, the animated series. Yeah. And my daughter got obsessed with Ahsoka. Yeah. And just like was, you know, and it was like that thing of like, I remember what Princess Leia had meant to me. And then seeing her and like, you know, she's literally, you know, when she was about, I can't remember when she was about 7, probably she had like the T-shirt, the kind of the figure and all the rest.
I love hearing
this. Yeah. So they actually started watching The Mandalorian without me, which I'm very cross about with their dad. And then I came into it kind of actually after these 2 episodes that we're going to talk about tonight and then got completely hooked. So it's really nice to be able to kind of go back and revisit the early episodes that they didn't watch with me. So I don't still hold it against them or anything.
no, that's fast.
But yeah, it's interesting. But you know, my kids have gone through different stages with it as well. Like Ariane when says now that they kind of got overloaded. I think when Ahsoka and Boba Fett got released, she was like, no, I've had enough. And I'm kind of waiting for her to forget that she's had enough to then make her watch Andor.
Come back round again.
Yeah. It'll happen. So it's like, you know, it's funny. It kind of goes in waves, but it's definitely a big part of our general family.
Wow.
I love that. I love that sort of like generational attachment to it. As somebody without children, I've not experienced that. I've only ever had like my own thing. My parents used to foster. And so I kind of always grew up with younger people around me. But none of them were particularly into Star Wars. I mean, they watched it and they enjoyed it, but they weren't like, you know, they didn't kind of hang on to it in the same way as like...
No, our whole family is like completely obsessed. I mean, when the last lot came out with Rey and Kylo Ren, we took it was kind of a tradition, because they came out at Christmas normally, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And basically me and my brothers would take my dad to the cinema. And like, bearing in mind that we're now sort of a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds with a 85-year-old dad, and we'd come out of the cinema having lightsaber battles with each other, and like, you know, and then the final one that we went to watch, we went with my dad, all my brothers, and all of our kids. Like,
incredible!
Yeah, it was amazing. And we got very cross with my youngest nephew because he fell asleep.
Yeah, I started taking my mum, so it was like a bit of a Christmas tradition for me and my mum to go and see them.
Yeah, we all went, like me, Mum, Stacey, Erin, you know.
And then I would also join your family and come again.
Yeah, we did that numerous times.
We did,
I miss that. We need some more Star Wars on the big screen at Christmas.
I know, I miss the Christmas releases. It was nice having that. Although I suppose Stranger Things is trying to do it this Christmas, right?
Yeah,
having a go.
Stolen that.
Having a go.
Lush.
Right. I suppose we better get into this episode.
Probably talk about this
episode.
Yes.
With no drunk South Walian women trying to fight anyone.
Yeah, too much spotchka. So last week was the first week we had done this TV episode thing, because before that we've been doing one film per episode. So we're sort of trialing this 2 episodes per episode vibe, and it seemed to work okay. I think we probably talked a lot more about the first episode and got carried away.
We did, but there was a lot more like build up in that one, wasn't there?
Yeah, a lot more.
Even in these 2, I felt like episode 4 is a little bit meatier.
Yeah. 3 felt lighter in terms of like detail and
I don't know. I think I would say the opposite, but maybe that's
interesting.
No, there's a lot in both of them if you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I think my like watch through on Saturday, I kind of made my usual notes, but it didn't feel as though I was making as many notes.
Yeah.
But since then, it's been percolating my brain, and I've added. It's like, there's way more stuff than is probably necessary.
Yeah. So last week I was coming in kind of cold. I was watching them for the first time.
Oh, cool.
And then I was like, I can't do this. So I binge watched all of it last week.
Okay.
Also, I wasn't very well, in my defense, so I sat and just watched the whole of season 1.
Good use to
pretty much in one go. Yeah. And then I went back and did these 2 episodes this morning. So it was my second watch, technically.
Very fresh. Watch.
I finished watching them last night, and it's been however long it is since they were first released, since I last saw them. Okay. So it's quite interesting going back, actually.
Yeah.
So this first one, episode 3, The Sin. Deborah Chow. I didn't know anything about Deborah Chow. She's the director. Hadn't heard of her, but she apparently had done quite a lot of sort of indie work.
Okay.
And then she's since gone on and she directed all of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
That's why I recognise the name.
Yeah, that was kind of her baby. So it sort of took her out of the Mandoverse. Because she was so busy with that, I think.
Sure. My first note on this was right from the off, we've kind of got this whole going back into the town thing. He's coming back with the child. And right at the beginning, we're getting all of like, this is a scary place from the music and from Grogu's expressions.
Yeah.
A lot of it is Grogu's point of view. Like it's low angle.
Yeah.
It reminded me of, in fact, there's 2 things in this episode that I think come from E.T. Okay. One of them I know was definitely an E.T. influence. Yeah. But this one, I haven't read this, but I feel it's an E.T. reference. You know when they're taking E.T. out on Halloween and he's got the ghost sheet over his head?
Yeah.
And he's walking along. And there's somebody in a Yoda costume. It's like a Star Wars thing, because Spielberg and Lucas are always doing that. Yeah. But like we're seeing E.T.'s perspective with the little eye holes in the ghost thing. And it is felt similar in that we're getting like looking around at all these scary looking people.
Yeah.
But also I think he'd be picking up on the fact that Mando's not really convinced by what he's doing, even whilst he's doing it, right?
Yeah. I feel that's very true. And like I think we see that in Grogu's face throughout the whole of once he gets to the client and he's being taken away into the lab and like Grogu's just got that look of like, what are you
doing?
I thought you were an okay person. But you
Dad, I mean,
you left me. Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is the turning point episode, isn't it? Obviously, like we get that little framing device of Grogu wanting the little unscrew ball thing from the cockpit, and then at the end he gives it to him and it's like now he's his dad officially. It's like his adoption certificate.
I mean, I don't know whether this is skipping around too much, but when for me what really stuck out watching this time is when the armourer is asking Mando questions about this person because they don't know it's Grogu, and then saying you know, why were they fighting alongside you if they were an enemy, right? I feel like that's the moral turning point in a way, because obviously he's so much part of that cult, isn't he? Like that actually it had to almost be someone within the cult to challenge him. Like this is not the way.
This is not your enemy. Yeah.
You know, like,
I hadn't even thought that because I'd written down about this line where he says about the enemy, like my enemy helped or whatever. I can't remember what it is. And I hadn't twigged that. Yeah, that is a really like, how does he view Grogu at this point? And it changes in that moment.
It also cements that relationship of the armourer as like kind of the priest or the confessional or the, you know, like that sort of role within that kind of structure or whatever it is.
Oh, we love the armourer so much.
The armourer is amazing. My second note was I think I made it when they've just finished that walk through the town and the stormtroopers come out to have a look at Grogu, and we're kind of seeing these shots of Grogu being like, whoa, not sure about this. And my note was like, Grogu is essentially a baby, right? And babies rely so heavily on like facial expressions to gauge things, and then this small creature's being shown all these helmets all the time. And like even with Mando, he can't entirely work out what Mando's thinking or feeling.
That's interesting. I mean, stormtroopers have like an intentionally scary expression on their masks.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But Mando is a bit more, his
is a bit more neutral, I guess, but like,
Well, to get to like be a movement geek for 1 second.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, let's get into some movement.
Please.
Mask wearing is like a whole thing in lots of different cultures. And there's something really interesting that happens when you put something on someone's face. And actually, when you have got a mask, you can read people's body language much more clearly.
Yeah.
That's why I said that thing about Grogu maybe picking up on Mando's sort of ambivalence about what he was actually doing. Because his embodiment is so clear because we're not looking at his face.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And also, there are several people inside that suit.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I think is really interesting.
It is really interesting. And like some of the time we can know who that is. But I mean, they've clearly collaborated and spent a lot amount of time, I'm sure, working on that between them. But that is super interesting from like just a production acting point of view.
Yeah. I mean, the stormtroopers, I was thinking like the way that they're used in those episodes is so good because the fact that they're tatty.
Yeah.
Kind of disheveled, like everything about.
I think they're described somewhere. I read that they're decommissioned.
Which
I think that word says so much about them.
Yeah, those suits smell bad.
Well, I can't wait till we watch Ahsoka season 1 because there's a whole other layer of stormtrooper decommissioning in that. Oh my gosh! Before we get in, we didn't talk about it last week, but I want to talk about the little eye droid, the gatekeeper droid. Which is technically called a TT8L-Y7 gatekeeper, apparently. Also called a tattletale droid, which I like.
Tattletale droid's great name for it.
And I had to get my Galactic Phrasebook by Ben Burt out to find out what means.
Play it again.
Which is,
go on.
Nice.
That's his first line every time. And it wasn't the first line in Return of the Jedi at Jabba's palace, which is obviously a different droid, presumably. Yeah. Maybe it is recycled secondhand. But we've also heard other creatures say that, I think, along the way. It actually means, who are you?
Okay.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
It's very close to Huttese for hello, which is Hachua Pinky, which is nearly the same. I think it's a Achu a Pinky, a Penky. Anyway, I just love it. I love Huttese. I've been reading all of the Huttese phrases and stuff in the book, and it's so fun. I mean, it's a kind of comedy book.
Yeah,
there's things like "Tuus parita bafluta," which means "May your juices stay fresh."
Oh my
gosh. That is disgusting, quite frankly.
It's got this kind of bounciness about the words. Yeah. When you look at it on the page, it looks really ugly, but when you say it, it's like, oh yeah, it kind of bounces along. It's really fun. And I love how everywhere you go, a lot of the different places that Mando visits across the series, they all speak Huttese. I mean, Huttese is definitely the language of the Outer Rim.
Yeah.
And where all the kind of crime stuff goes on.
I was actually watching with the subtitles on today, and that's quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
I watch with subtitles quite a lot because my attention span is not great. And it helps me not miss things, basically.
Yeah.
But I saw so much more, because it comes up with what languages they're speaking, which is really cool. That's a cool way of watching this, actually.
I wish I'd known that.
Yeah,
you can sometimes find out character names and stuff that aren't mentioned.
Yes, yeah.
It was when I was watching the first 2 episodes just to get up to date. I was like, what's the name of the lovely little guy on the?
Oh yeah. I have spoken.
Yeah,
Quill.
We love him. So the client is still in the same seat as he was when Mando last visited him.
Yes, has he moved?
He's just chilling.
It's just
for days on end.
I'm just going to wait right here.
I love how animated Werner Herzog, like from the first time we see him in episode 1, where he's just very detached and like threatening, he just jumps up almost and is oh, the child is here, the winner. But to the winner go the spoils.
I made a little note about intrigue. What are they doing?
Yes.
What are they gonna do?
So Pershing, the Doctor, right?
Yes.
He is like costume design wise, he's based on the scientists that we see in Rogue One.
Yeah, I did wonder that. They're very similar outfits.
Yeah. It's like the Imperial Science Division, I guess.
Yeah.
And the original designs were based on like Nazi scientists.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of very plain white grey thing.
Yeah.
However, he has got like a little logo on, I think it's on his shoulder or it's on his front pocket somewhere. I'm not sure. He's got this little round logo with some lines on it, which we see in Attack of the Clones as well, in Camino, the cloners.
Okay.
They wear them, and we saw them in the Clone Wars as well.
I just did a little head twitch. Is that you researching, or you just know that?
I researched the Nazi costume thing. I didn't know about that.
Cool.
But I did like the little thing.
Did you recognise it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I kind of, like at this point, I probably didn't recognise it straight away.
Yeah.
But as we get through this season and you begin to figure out, particularly after the episode, and I think that's in season 2, and they take out an Imperial remnant like base that's still on Navarro.
Yeah.
And we get some big clues about what's going on and what Pershing is doing and why they've got Grogu. And it feeds into this massive storyline, which we still haven't got to the bottom of.
What I really love about my memory is that I can't remember what their intention is for Grogu, and so I'm getting to watch it all again for the first time.
Excellent.
Amazing.
So what are they doing? I can't remember what they're going to do. I know
I won't spoil it for you.
Breaking Bad's got bad intentions, but
yeah. This guy.
I mean, I love how Pershing is. He's almost protective. Like we see him a couple of times with Grogu, and he's like, is this ambiguity of, is he really a bad person? Is he being manipulated to do this science?
Yeah.
Because he says,
what's
I'm
his
trying
game?
to keep him alive.
Yeah, I protected him.
Yeah, and Mando's not having any of it, which I wouldn't either if I was Mando. But
that kind of fits though, doesn't it? Because in like the Imperial services, there's always people who are just there because they have to be. Yeah.
Like, well, the Nazi regime will have had people who were like, they maybe were kind of brought in a kind of fake propaganda, brainwashing kind of way. I mean, radicalization and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then once you're in, you're stuck,
kind of in.
Potentially, But we get a lot more about him in
later
future
on
seasons. There's a whole episode about him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you think scientists in general in like science fiction and whatever are always presented as slightly kind of like, oh, I'm just neutral, I'm just a scientist doing my thing?
It's just for the science.
Well, my dad was a scientist. He didn't do any horrible experiments.
Oh, you really? My next note, we might already be up to like my favourite piece of music.
Okay.
Quite quickly. It's the mystery guitar music as Mando's going down into the hideout.
Same.
Yeah. And that whole like
same thing. The chords.
Yes!
You get these huge chords that are like minor, major combination chords.
Completely nuts.
Have either of you heard the Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds album?
Yes.
Like there are some bits of that where they use similar chords.
Yeah.
And it gave me that vibe, which I'm sure is intentional. Like Ludwig will know all of that 70s stuff.
It was just so cool.
It's really mystical. And
and then my next note was the armorer is just cool. So
we just love the armorer.
We love the armorer.
But it's that episode where you start learning more about that particular branch of Mandalorians, though, right?
Yeah.
Because if you are someone who has watched like the cartoons and the animated series, then obviously you know about kind of like about that side of it, and these guys are different, and I think it starts explaining that, which is kind of important, really.
Yeah, I like with this show how they obviously, like, Filoni is a big part of this show, and he created loads. Well, he created Rebels and was a big part of Clone Wars. And like they could have quite easily just immediately continued with the Mandalorians that we know, picked up with Bo-Katan and Death Watch and all that stuff, and just carried on with that story. But he intentionally, or Favreau and Filoni together, intentionally brought us this new little sect. And we still don't really know. I mean, by the end of season 3, we got a bit more of an idea of what's going on, but we still don't quite know when they fractured off.
Or how that happened, and kind of how they've sustained themselves outside of that system. But it does make it much more exciting when Bo-Katan comes back in.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because like, if you started off with it, like you wouldn't. Whereas actually, and also it gives the Mandalorian that dilemma, which he otherwise wouldn't have had.
Who am I loyal to?
So these 2 episodes, I think, really introduce that, and the whole concept of the helmet and like how significant it is.
Yeah. I did have a note about, is this all Mandalorians that they just leave one at a time? What is going on? What do you mean? What do you mean only one of you goes out at a time?
They all hide, and then one of them's allowed out to play, and then the rest of them have to stay behind and look after the foundlings.
It's just so confused.
I think it's just they are hiding.
They are hiding, okay.
They're persecuted people, aren't they, basically?
Right, okay.
Yeah, and again, we don't really know this at this point, but there was a big event that meant Mandalorians had to leave Mandalore, their home planet, or most of them died. And like few survived the Great Purge. Yeah. And so those that have survived have kind of gone off in their different factions and have become like these little kind of culty cells.
Culty things.
Pockets. That's a good...
Pockets is a good way.
But you definitely like, that episode where he, I can't remember the name of the lovely man who said that he was his guest, and had referenced like, you're a Mandalorian, you've ridden...
This
is my problem. I can't remember the name.
Quill. Was it Quill?
Yeah,
it's Quill.
Yeah. We're starting to build this idea of like who the Mandalorians are as a race, and even in the Sanctuary, like they say, we've read stories about you. Like it's almost these early episodes of building that mythology of like why they're special in some ways, or maybe special.
I love how we've got like Trouble at Mill as well with Paz Vizsla, the big. Huge Mandalorian. That's voiced by Jon Favreau himself because he can't resist it.
Excellent.
And he's obviously got some contempt.
Yes.
Like he's kind of eyeing him as he comes in. And starts
what you about?
Fights. Yeah, and he's complaining about the Beskar. He says about it being cut or cast in an Imperial
smelter.
Yeah.
He's a real fundamentalist, isn't he?
Yeah. He's pretty hardcore. Is this where we get the first "This is the way," or did we have that in episode 1?
We've had a less intense "This is the way," but we've now got like way more intense because there's loads of them, and it was giving for the greater good Hot Fuzz vibes to me.
I feel like it was the first time it really lands. Like, she's so good, the armourer, though, isn't she?
Yeah.
She gives him more flashbacks as well.
Yeah, we get a little bit more of the battle droids.
More forging, more flashbacks.
I'm impressed with her skill because, I mean, okay, this is going to sound really stupid, but like the amount of the material that they're given and then what she's able to make from it, I'm like, wow, that goes far.
Yeah. Seems to go really far.
That's like 4 slices. How have you made that into a whole breastplate?
I think I heard somebody talk about this on a podcast, and I think there's like an assumption that she kind of cuts it with something.
Oh.
And if you do, you're kind of slightly going to weaken it, obviously. So there's like different parts of the armor might have more concentrated Beskar. Possibly, but I think that was only a theory.
Okay,
so
I think it's just the prop department didn't give them enough.
Yeah. What it is they wanted
give them more Beskar.
they wanted the client to serve up the Beskar in that what's it called, a Camtono, which is a famous prop from Empire Strikes Back. There's one shot on Cloud City when Lando's told everybody to get out, and everyone's running to get out of Cloud City. There's a guy who's now got a name. Wilro Hood, his name is.
Okay.
To look that one up. And he's carrying what is actually an ice cream maker. It's not been edited or anything, like it's not been changed into a Star Warsy prop. It's just straight out of the box ice cream maker that loads of people in America had at the time. But it's been called a Camtono, and it's now this, like, people cosplay Wilro Hood and his Camtono. Yeah.
I love it.
Like, it's this whole thing.
I love it.
Jon Favreau's like, we've got to have the client serve up the Beskar in this thing.
In an ice cream maker.
Which then leads people to have all sorts of really daft theories about people cutting Beskar, which I'm sorry, but I don't think Armour would do that.
No.
I think she would make it from pure materials. And I think they're just silly.
She's very good with it. She's very efficient.
She loses nothing.
Yeah. Maybe it has like some weird property that we don't understand because we're not from that, universe, right?
Planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Science in Star Wars.
Different physics.
Different physics.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the armourer. I think it's a really cool character.
She makes him some amazing whistling birds.
Yeah.
Which is like the biggest sort of setup
ever.
Like he have this new weapon that we can see you using in 15 minutes time. It's a great effect.
I did have a question about the whistling birds.
Oh, so I've got so many questions about the whistling birds, but you go first, Seah.
My question was that all of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Has he used them now?
I think he does use them again. I know that.
Okay.
But whether he has to go back and have some more forged or whether he has like spare. Doesn't she say use them sparingly?
She says use them sparingly, and then almost instantly he uses them on 4 stormtroopers at once.
So you could have just kicked over.
I know, and I'm like, that's Beskar, and like, this is like one of the most valuable materials in the world, and you've just like bumped it in the first 5 seconds of it being in your arm.
He was just getting carried away.
This stuff drives me a little bit mad. I'm like, do you have to go back and like collect it out of the stormtroopers? And
put it back in your arm.
Put it back in. Sort it out.
It's so funny. I mean, he basically uses his entire arsenal in that little thing.
What do you think the turning point is for him in terms of going back for Grogu? Like, because obviously he's having those thoughts, but then he goes to the bar and then it's somewhere there, isn't it? There's something about that conversation.
Well, he asks Greef about what's going to happen to him as well.
So he's obviously concerned already.
He's concerned already. Yeah. He's having a bit of a moment. And then I've got a note about, is Greef then pushing drugs on him? Because he says something about go and take a load of spice and forget about it. I was like, hang on a minute.
These 2 episodes, there are a lot of people being like, come on, Mandalorian, chill. Chill, take your helmet off, drink some spotchka and do loads of spice. Like, don't be so uptight. I mean, that's his entire point, is being uptight.
He is, yeah. He's like the most uptight.
Yeah. I also had a note that Greef says that he could take him to a Twi'lek healing bath. I'm like, I would like to go to a Twi'lek healing bath, please.
Sounds amazing.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm there.
I don't think we've had that yet in Star Wars, but I'm here for it. I think in Skeleton Crew, we had something similar that could have been.
We've had something around it in the burlesque parody that me and Mary went to see.
I've forgotten about that.
We went to see The Empire Strips Back, me and my friend,
nice.
Which was incredible. And there was some very, very interesting Twi'leks in there that were great.
Love it.
Twi'leks have sort of become slightly typecast as like the great erotic dancers of the Star Wars galaxy.
Of the universe.
Yeah.
It's very limited palette though, isn't it? If that's all that
I mean, we have learned an awful lot more about Twi'leks in the intervening years, and the oppression of Ryloth and the whole this whole thing.
Sure. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Another thing we'll get there, tiny little interesting, which I've not heard anybody else mention in all my like perusing of Star Wars material.
Ooh.
I think there's a little throw forward to season 3 Mandalorian. Greef mentions one of the pucks that he's going to give to Mando.
Yeah.
One of them is a noble Mon Calamarian's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we see that in season 3.
Oh.
Like Quarren and Mon Calamari are 2 species which live on the same planet. They both share Mon Cala. But they hate each other. It's like they're opposing races. But this couple is like a kind of star-crossed Mon Cala Quarren couple.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, that solves a little brain itch that I had, Branwen, because when I saw the book, I was like, I'm sure that's in this program, but it's not happening. Like,
it.
Yeah.
It's not for another 15 episodes.
It's not for a long time. Yeah. Is that the planet where they've got like the lobster pot type? It's fishy.
Yeah. No. Interestingly, I think it's another water planet, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Quarren, where Frog Lady.
That's it.
And I think that is inhabited a lot by Quarren.
Yeah.
And Mon Cala, because I think a Mon Cala fixes Mando's ship in that episode. He's got that fisherman's jumper on.
I cannot wait. This sounds amazing.
So
it's good. It's a good episode.
It's a really good episode. Yeah.
I was just thinking about Mando deciding to save Grogu, and I feel like it's quite on like the spur of the moment and sort of not thought out. And then I think when he sees the cradle in the dustbin,
that's
it.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
The moment where vengeance is going to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the whistling birds are going to go. There's
also kind of a really lovely piece of score that's kind of hinting towards all of that when he's gone back to his ship and he finds the little twizzly thing that Grogu likes to play with, and that's what makes him power down his ship. The score at that point is going, we're going back for the kid.
I think it's like one thing. There's like different steps, and I think the smashed crib is the penultimate. Because I think the ball is the one, the little screw ball is definitely the decider, because he's switched on all the engines and
he's ready to go,
but he just finds that and
it's not going to happen. What a decision. So then we have to go back and have this amazing infiltration.
There's a lot happening.
I was trying to write notes, but like the action is so fast. And we do get to see, like, the theory is that the Mandalorian armor and weaponry is designed to combat Jedi. Right. That was the whole purpose of its original design, like all the grapple hooks and the flamethrower. Like it's each of the different weapons is to stop a different Jedi attack, because Mandos and Jedi are like arch enemies.
Okay.
But obviously against a pack of stormtroopers, it's like you make
easy,
pretty short work.
Although I do like the fact that he starts quite subtly with his brutal violence, and then it just becomes like all out.
It just becomes
all out brutal violence.
So to begin with, it's like, I'm just going to quietly stab this person or knock them out, and and then suddenly it's like, well, whatever.
Actually, no, I'm just going to.
It's when the flamethrower comes, it's just like, whatever.
Sure.
It's all over.
And then I wrote that it turns into like an all-out hunt, because obviously as soon as he's picked up Grogu, all of the tracking devices go off. And they're all after it. But Grief's got that amazing line before all of this happens, where he's like, they all hate you, Mando, because you're a legend. Which is delivered incredibly. And then suddenly it's like, they do all hate you, and now they're all after you.
Can I ask a question about the trackers? Because how do we think they're working?
Yeah, good question.
That is a very good question.
He's like, is there something on Grogu? I don't think there is. Have they like sequenced his genetic material somehow to be able to track him?
I've heard people talk about DNA in the many, many podcasts that I listen to, and people have had this exact conversation, and nobody's come up with anything that you can consistently apply to every time we see them. Except really DNA, I think, is the only thing.
I did have a note my note was, what do the baddies know about Grogu? Because, we're back to baddies.
Yeah. You mean the client and the doctor. I think they know why they need him.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily know much about the race.
Well, no one knows much about the race, do they?
No.
Including
us.
Including everyone.
But they definitely know what they're after, as we discover in future episodes.
Cool.
They know what they're trying. There is a very particular reason they want Grogu, which we already can kind of guess,
work
because
out,
we've seen Grogu's got some skills that not many people have.
It's also super cute, and why would you not want to?
He is super cute. He gets cuter. That was one of my notes somewhere down the line, is he just seems to get cuter the entire time.
Yeah. He's heartbreaking when he's in the lab. Oh, this is the other ET reference. That is an actual... I read in the Art of the Mandalorian book that one of the concept artists used the bit at the end of ET when ET is dying and he's in that like chamber thing. And Elliot goes and like he's got that kind of really pale one kind of colouring, and I think they wanted Grogu to look like that. There's that horrible torture droid. It's like the torture droid has now become a kind of medical assistant.
That kind of makes sense.
In a kind of quite gross kind of a way.
Really horrible.
So we've got this whole hunt going on, and my note was, I don't really understand the other Mandalorians' motives, because they all come to help. I was like, is it just that they're protecting one of their own, or is it because they've been so like...
I think so, because I think because that particular section of the Mandalorians, that particular like sect, is so disenfranchised, I suppose, and like, you know, has had such a hard time surviving that actually they have to, like, that is part of the way, is protect
him
of their own.
Definitely.
And also I guess it, you know, in my brain, and I don't know whether this is actually kind of deliberate, but like what the armourer was saying about, you know, is it your enemy if you were fighting alongside each other? Like, they're gonna go along with Mando's decision to save Grogu because this creature saved him.
So
it's almost like they've got a duty to protect both of them now.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's kind of how I read it.
I did come to that conclusion, or the conclusion that they were doing it to protect him, but it was through a bit like they didn't really seem to like him that much.
But, you know, community, you know, if you're going to be in community, you have to deal with annoying people.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that.
Yeah, and I guess you can have infighting, but when it comes to, it's like brothers and sisters. I mean, I see it with my kids. Like, they're absolutely horrible to each other, but if anyone tries to attack any of them, they're like, you know, they're there.
We've got the added thing now of my stepbrother's has a child, and so our normal sibling thing is now interrupted by small thing going, "Don't hurt my papa," and I'm like, yeah, but he's my brother.
Yeah, you're like, I've got rights.
I think they are very, very tight.
Tight knit.
Very tight. Yeah. I think there's this thing about foundlings as well, that because Mandalore was lost, their kind of growth in numbers is from foundlings.
Yeah.
Because Mandalore isn't a race, it's a creed. So any species can be a Mandalorian. So anytime they take in a foundling, they've got to be protective. They're trying to keep their numbers. They've got to keep their community together, even if, like we're saying...
So they're kind of seeing Grogu as a foundling already?
I think
so,
yeah.
And also, if you think about the time and investment that's gone into our hero, Din, like...
And he did just deliver a whole load of Beskar, which he donated
a whole load of Beskar,
He said, make my whatever, and any spare give to the foundlings. So.
I mean, if they don't do stuff like that, then they would just get wiped out. I think that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, it got us to see all the different Mandalorian, you know, like
tricks
and styles of combat, which I always enjoy.
My last note was, no, not the jetpack.
Yes!
Jetpacks are normally bad news.
We picked up on Children of the Watch, which is another podcast that I listen to a lot, and they've got this theory about jetpacks, that they're fatal. Like, as soon as a Mandalorian gets a jetpack, their days are numbered. Starts with Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi, and there's many instances of it in the Clone Wars and Rebels where they're just way too risky an accessory.
And the last line in that is, I want one of those.
And we're like,
no, you can't have one.
They are cool though. I mean, maybe it's worth it to go out, you know, like
it's just for the vibes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. I think that's a nice way to wrap that up.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Unless anybody had any
thoughts?
Things. Oh, there's a sound design thing that I forgot to mention along the way.
Tell me.
His weapon, this is really geeky. His big, like, disintegrating pulse phase.
Yeah, his rifle
phase
thing.
Pulse.
The
rifle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it fires, the sound effect of it is a kind of a typical blaster type shot, but with a phaser on it. And it's called a phase pulse rifle. So somebody somewhere
has gone,
too far.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to put a phaser on that phase pulse.
It's going to be
really.
As a sound designer, I would 100% have made that decision too.
Yeah, no, that's all that is going through. What sound effects? What should I do?
I mean, it sounds great. Anyway, it's just got that kind of, that kind of. I can't make that.
It's got a phaser on it.
It needs a cool sound, but it's a very cool looking weapon.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's one of my favourites. It's one of the reasons it's like a warrior rather than just, you know, a soldier.
Yeah. Because of everything. Episode 4.
We're on to Sanctuary.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
I love Bryce Dallas Howard so much. She, as we mentioned last week, she's Ron Howard's daughter. And Ron Howard grew up as a director working a lot with Lucasfilm. He directed Willow, which was a big Lucasfilm production in the 80s. So Bryce Dallas, when she was a kid, was hanging around with George Lucas often.
Yeah.
So she's got that full immersion.
She got it.
In Star Wars and Ron Howard as a dad, which is amazing. And I just, like, she is by far my favourite Star Wars TV director and seems to be among the fans like the most popular.
I loved this episode.
Yeah.
So good.
It was a good episode.
She's also ginger.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry,
I'm in.
just have to get that in.
I'm here for ginger representation, even though I'm not ginger.
There's a lot of Nepo babies involved in this.
Yeah, of course.
Like, one of the body doubles in the suit is John Wayne's grandson.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan
Wayne.
Yeah,
Wow.
Brendan Wayne. But like he actually had quite a big impact on the suit and the design of the costume because he like advised about where the holsters should be and like how to carry it like a cowboy, essentially.
So good.
Sweet.
He's just the perfect man for the job.
Excellent.
I did go on a little bit of a rabbit hole trying to find out who did the kind of movement direction stuff or like because it would take quite a lot for three people, because there are three people who wear that suit, to kind of move in a similar way.
Yeah.
And there is no movement director credit on it,
Really?
which, and I'm going to make a little political point now.
Yeah.
Soapbox, yeah.
Do it.
IMDb's only just, like in the last month, started to list stunt coordinators and movement directors for films.
What?
Yeah. And there's obviously no Oscar for either of those roles. And if you think about it, and particularly going into this episode with lovely Cara Dune and the amazing fights that occur, the fact that those roles are not acknowledged in any kind of award ceremony and not even sometimes actually even credited at all.
That is wild.
And like you think about the majority of these programs and they're built on movement and fights and, whatever. Yeah.
Action, yeah.
So I couldn't find a movement director, but there is the overall stunt coordinator. Now I've forgotten his name.
Insert name here.
You'll find it. He's done a lot of really cool stuff. But yeah, so I don't know whether it was just Pedro and Brendan and I think it's Latif who was the other person in the suit, whether they just like had a chat about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have heard talk of that they were collaborative.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Pedro is even in it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, I don't think he is in season 3 because I think he was busy with The Last of Us. But yeah, I've heard Brendan being interviewed on Katie Sackhoff's podcast, who plays Bo-Katan, and they talked a lot about it. I can't remember what they talked about in terms of movement direction, though. I need to go and revisit that episode because, that is really interesting.
He just had to keep signing contracts for each episode, didn't he?
Yeah. He wasn't contracted for
Wow.
It's absolutely ridiculous because, of course, they're going to keep using him because
It's his body. Yeah.
It's his body, yeah.
Like the way that he moves it. I mean, like it's so, especially with the helmet, like this is how we know the Mandalorian is the way that he moves.
Yeah.
I do have massive issues with crediting of performers in these situations. Like Pedro is brilliant and we all love Pedro. Like who's not going to love
his
Pedro?
fault.
But he is always the one who's getting all of the credit.
Yeah.
And like he's a third at the most of the credit really should be.
Yeah.
At the most.
Yeah.
I think like watching that kind of, and the whole idea of like a sci-fi Western when you've got the grandson of, John Wayne. I mean, John Wayne is problematic, but like he is undeniably the Hollywood cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, and you're borrowing that physicality to make it who it is.
And you've got a character who doesn't speak much. We talked about this a lot
Yeah.
last week. Mando,
He's quite stoic, really, isn't he?
he only speaks when necessary. He's very minimal.
Yeah.
It's either you're getting loads of his character from the way he walks and the way he stands, or the way he fights. And in fact, all of those things are to other people.
Not Pedro.
And not Pedro,
Or, as in this episode, maybe has some sort of love interest.
Yeah.
Potentially, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bryce was like, okay, Pedro, we need you to do this scene, talking to
I don't know.
the widow. I don't know. Interesting. I'm shocked about that crediting of movement directing.
Yeah, that seems
the IMDb
weird.
thing. Like,
well, I mean, think of like, La La Land, Wicked, all the massive hits that they've all got a dance, like that's the central part of their work. And,
is choreography and movement direction different? Are they?
I mean, movement direction tends to be more about like helping actors to get into the body of the character they're playing.
Yeah.
So Polly Bennett's probably one of the most well-known movement directors, and she's worked on loads of the biopics, like the Freddie Mercury one and the Elvis one. And in fact, what's his name who played Elvis took her to the Oscars because he was like, the only reason I look like Elvis
is deserve this.
Yeah. But most movement directors are dance people, so they probably also do choreography as well. So choreography is more set moves and steps, if that makes sense. So movement director is more about how people move and embody their character, and choreography is more like, this is do a twirl
with
and
music.
And
yeah.
But I suppose in the same way that with stunt coordination, like you get a stunt coordinator who will look like at the whole process of coordinating a stunt, so like the special effects and like how that fits in with the physical bodies and space and all the rest of it, and then you get the actual working out of the physicality of someone throwing a punch or so there's like there's bits within it, and lots of people do lots of those roles,
like Venn diagram type thing.
And you get lots of movement directors who are also intimacy coordinators, because obviously they're body people, and it is essentially choreography again. But and then there's a big campaign at the moment, like SAG-AFTRA and the Equity in the UK are kind of campaigning to try and get more credits for these roles. It just blows my mind that, from the dawn of Hollywood, when you think about like all the musicals and everything, and then now with action particularly not getting any kind of award in any way.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Bonkers. Yeah. Sorry, that was my little rant for the evening. There you go.
No, I'm so interested in hearing that, because it's sort of been niggling at me a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's various characters in the Star Wars realm, for instance, but also in other fandoms as well, that have similar situations where you have like a masked character or
prosthetics, all the monster kind of work that gets done.
Yeah, I guess there must be a bit of an interconnection between costume and movement as well. Like you were talking earlier on about the holster on Mando's outfit.
I mean, there's particular performers that's become their speciality is monster work, and obviously there's a couple of people who are famous for it, but then the majority of people doing it, you wouldn't know who they are. But like I know quite a lot of dancers who do that and do all the motion capture kind of work and stuff like that, because obviously you need people who know how to move.
I guess like Andy Serkis is like kind of one of the main physical actors that we've got to know. We knew of him before he became famous as an actor, but that's I've never
main
heard of
stunt
that.
and fight coordinator for The Mandalorian is Ryan Watson. And he's also worked on other projects like Wonder Woman and Batman vs Superman.
Cool.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he's won Emmys because obviously Emmy TV have the stunt category.
Oscar Stone. That's so wild.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's my side quest for this evening.
That's cool. This was a good time for that, because this episode definitely has some of this going on.
Oh, it's got a lot.
This is like the Seven Samurai trope, which again is a Kurosawa film that is George Lucas obviously loves, where the villagers, enlist a couple of mercenaries and then overcome the oppressors, which I love. I love the contrast of this to the last episode. The last episode is very dark. Everywhere is like grey and
dry.
dingy looking.
Yeah.
And then here we've got this lush, like we hear the Mando theme, or the second part of the Mando theme, on like a classical guitar. When we see this sort of like idyllic fishing village. Although it was only this watch through, I think, that I really put it all together to realise that the krill that they're fishing is the ingredient of spotchka, and that's why the bandits are like coming to take the krill, because they want to make their own moonshine kind of homebrew.
Spotchka causes a lot of problems.
I hadn't worked that out, but
no, I hadn't worked that out either.
I think because I've watched lots of other Star Wars since, and spotchka has now become this thing. I've even got I think the action figure I've got of Fennec Shand, who is like Boba Fett's like right-hand woman. I think her action figure's got a bottle of spotchka as an accessory. So it's it's clearly a galaxy-wide tipple. Or at least in the Outer Rim. And I just think having known that now from seeing it in different episodes further on down, Colour as the Drink, which is cool.
I wrote very different vibes here We're on a new planet, obviously. Very different vibes.
I love this about Star Wars.
So cool.
Every time we get a new planet in Star Wars, and they made it a bit like Endor, but not.
No.
Yeah.
It was more kind of folksy, wasn't it? It was like everything was sort of natural materials and like the architecture of the kind of huts and the...
Yeah.
They mentioned like Montana as a sort of inspiration where you've got like trees and mountains, but they're not like massive redwoods like Endor. But there is also the water, there are pools and marshland and swamp and stuff like that.
Yeah. This episode gave me lots of Lord of the Rings vibes for lots of different reasons. But one of the first things was like, oh, it's orcs.
Yeah, when I watched it last night, I was like, oh, they're just orcs.
Is this a good time to talk about what they actually are?
Yes. Go on, tell me.
Massive Easter egg of what they are.
Go on, Branwen.
Have you ever seen the 1950s movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still?
No.
It's been remade recently with, I think it might be Keanu, maybe.
Really?
Anyway, it's a 50s sci-fi where a big UFO lands on Earth, and I can't remember what happens. I think it's like ecological disasters about to happen or something like that. And there's a big droid that comes out, a big robot, it would have been called then because Star Wars hadn't been invented. And he comes out and he doesn't say much, but one of the things he does say in his language is Klaatu Barada Nikto, which is this 3-word statement. I can't remember what it means in the film. But since then, lots of people have been influenced by it. If you watch Evil Dead, Sam Raimi's 80s horror indie, that phrase Klaatu Barada Nikto gets used in that, is the Book of the Dead. It's in lots of different things. It's like pops up all over the place. In Return of the Jedi, Lucas did the same thing, and he named 2 species after it. Klaatu is one of the skiff guards, is a Klaatu, Klatooinian. And he's called Barada, which is the second word. And then Nikto is another species that we also see in Jabba's palace as one of the guards.
Right.
So we get all 3 in that. So these are the Klatooinians, these dog-like looking aliens.
Oh.
So they go back to 1950s sci-fi, which is definitely a George Lucas thing. This is one of his loves.
Or 1940s orcs,
Yeah, definitely. They are very orcish.
They're very orc.
They're amazing. Like I don't know if it's CGI or animating or just an incredible latex.
Yeah, they look impressive.
They probably did a few people actual prosthetics, I reckon, and then the rest of it would have been like CGI'd a bit.
Yeah,
there's a couple that you get better close-ups on, don't you, where you actually can see their faces.
You can see them a bit more, yeah.
They're really horrible. I got really cross. I was like, as soon as that, because I was really enjoying
enjoying how nice it is. Yeah, it's a beautiful village.
No, why? I was like, this is the only place in the universe at the moment where everyone's like chill and having a lovely time.
Chill and happy.
Maybe having a normal childhood.
Yeah. There aren't that many normal childhoods in Star Wars, are there?
No.
Before he lands, Mando calls it a real backwater scug hole.
Yes.
In a good way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is how people refer to where I live sometimes, so...
Yeah. That's fair.
As not long before he calls Grogu a little womp rat.
Womp rat, yeah.
I love that.
It's like, oh, my little womp rat.
I had a note about how much does Grogu understand Mando?
He seems to. He just ignores him.
Yeah, he does ignore him, yeah.
He's just a brat.
Yeah.
He feels like all of my children when they were toddlers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they kind of look at you and you look at them and you're like, I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then they're just, this comes on their face and they do something completely awful. So for me, he feels very realistic as a small child.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
He had quite a few years in the Jedi Temple, I think, before Order 66. So he will have had some interaction with basic speaking people.
Yeah. That makes sense. And then my ex note was, I'm not sure about the weird cat thing. As soon as
the cat.
Yes,
no,
tell me about the cat.
Oh no!
Sadly, this is an audio-only podcast, but I'm now holding up my Build-A-Bear Lothcat. So Lothcats are from Rebels, initially.
Okay.
So Rebels, a lot of it is based on Lothal, which is this sort of like grassland planet.
Yeah.
And we see loth cats a lot. They're very cute.
Okay.
Obviously, they were designed for animation.
Yeah.
And in Rebels, they've just got like black dots for their eyes. They're quite kind of anime looking.
Okay.
And so they had this challenge of, well, Filoni wants one in the live action stuff somehow. So we get one in Ahsoka, the TV series, and it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Sabine's got a pet, and it's much better animation than this one. They're very cartoony.
Okay.
But they're very sweet in Rebels. They're helpful creatures. So it's quite nice to see. I totally did the point at the TV meme when it appeared. I was like, oh my god, it's a loth cat! I immediately put on Facebook that I wanted one of these, and my friend bought me one, which was I didn't know it was coming. It just arrived in the mail, and I was like, oh, this is the best day.
That's very cute.
I just kept thinking how everyone might react when someone like Mando walks into that bar, right?
Yeah,
I know. In his shiny new armor. There was a bit of head turning, wasn't there? I think.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to feel quite welcoming there.
Yeah.
Like the bar lady's so nice.
I know, she's really sweet.
So, do you want to know the recipe for spotchka?
Yes, obviously.
12 parts krill.
12 parts krill?
12 parts krill, 1 part spob, 1/2 part akaba spice, 1/4 part kiliduka.
Okay.
And you combine it into a base, ferment it for 8 to 10 cycles, which I think is years, possibly. Strain the mixture, distill, filter, dilute, and bottle.
Gross.
What's a spob?
Spob. Yeah, I don't know. Spob sounds quite nasty.
The second you said 12 parts krill, I was like, no, I'm out.
I drink it. Cara Dune thinks it's great. I'll drink anything she says.
People rave about spotchka and Star Wars. It's the drink.
Look, if it's all right for Cara Dune and for Fennec, then I am definitely drinking it.
Then you're all right.
Those two women are bosses. So
yeah, I'll do whatever they say. I'm quite happy to follow any orders that I'm given.
Cara Dune, I've got to talk about Cara Dune. I don't want to get into politics, but she is a tricky person because Gina Carano, she did some iffy stuff online for people like me in the early 2020s. But it's apparently been settled because she took Disney to court for unfair dismissal, I think. And they settled with her. So I think it's kind of water under the bridge, but it's slightly sad because Cara is such an awesome character.
I know, that's the thing. It's like, I absolutely love this character.
I was pleased that when I watched it this time, because I haven't watched this for ages, I kind of could detach from that. I mean, I don't think Gina Carano is like a bad person, but she did keep doubling down a bit with some of the stuff that she was posting, and it's like, oh, this really doesn't align with Star Wars. Apart from
but she does come from MMA world, right? And like, it's I mean, one of the reasons why Cara Dune's so good as a character is because she is so good at selling punches. My God, like, from watching that person knows how to actually fight.
Yeah. And it's so lush that you've got two people, because whoever, is it Latif who's in the Mando? So he is a brilliant fighter and he's got a mask on, so we don't need to worry about him being a body double and that you can only do distant shots, or we can go right in because both the actors are playing those characters in the fight. It's so good. Good.
That first fight scene is so good. Like, it's just
amazing.
Up there with some of my favourite kind of kung fu movie. Like, it's just
the gun face off at the end when they're like lying and their guns are like pointing at each other. Yeah. So funny. And Grogu in the background is just sipping his tea.
And also the fact that both of them can come back from it really quickly once they've sorted it out. We're just fighters. This is what we do. It's not like, I don't hate you or anything. I could just kill you.
I think that's why I went with "want some soup" as my favourite line. It's just like icebreaker. Yeah, we've had our fun.
We've had a fight.
Let's go and reason it out over some bone broth.
They completely dropped the score out at that point as well. So you've just got just them fighting and just them hitting each other and grunting. That's all you've got going on sound-wise.
I mean, it's good hitting and grunting, to be fair. But it establishes that character so quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if you've been you've got this far in your listen to the podcast, Bronwen, but we've been tracking where there are two names for things because it kind of gives the galaxy like a real feel, like a realistic feel. And she's referred to as a shock trooper and a drop soldier, I think, are two things which are probably the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, I love that there are different terminologies to describe what her job was in the New Republic. And I love that she's just bailed. Like, she doesn't like what's going on. And it sort of sows the seeds of this kind of, here we are again.
Yeah. And also establishes her character as someone who, because she talks about how it's when it transitioned to just basically being kind of like glorified guards almost. And she's
bodyguard.
Just not interested in doing that.
Yeah.
Because it would be a waste of her skill.
Yeah. So she's now going to be like a gun for hire kind of thing.
Looks like.
They get roped into this wild mission. Well, Mando gets roped in first of all.
Yeah.
Because, there's this sort of like, this could still be a quiet place where I can settle down.
Where I can hang out.
And then he drags Cara into it as well.
When those two people from the village came through the forest last night when I was watching it, I actually was... I had a brief moment where I was like, they're on a magic carpet.
Looks like they're on a boat to me. I was like,
they had a lovely little lamp on it. It's like...
It's very cute. It's very horse and cart. And it raises the question of why didn't they just walk? Because it's not
really
very fast.
They spent the whole day getting there.
It's a labour-saving device rather than a speed device.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I had a note here about when they get to this farm, and it feels very like medieval fantasy setting, but you've still got the droids, and they've got blasters, they've got droids, but it is still really like medieval-y fantasy realm.
I always enjoyed that about Star Wars, though, is that, the different aesthetics being put together, like the fact that Jawas look like they, have their lovely kind of medieval monk cloaks, and then they're like technologists, The fact that droid culture is so embedded across every part of
the Mandoverse has given us a whole load of different types of droids, because we had a lot of astromechs and protocol droids, obviously we've seen a lot of Star Wars through the eyes of C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah.
And it's gradually rippled out. We've had more, but we've had many more like unusual droids in The Mandalorian, I think. Just even in season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought these looked like wading birds, like the way they've got these kind of gangly legs.
Yeah. But they've got like the astromech head still, haven't they? And then
they've still got the same sort of top part, but just with these kind of. And I read in the Art of Mandalorian today that they were based on storks.
Oh wow!
Which are like a wading bird.
Cool.
I think they've got those backward leg.
Yeah,
angle,
they do. Yeah,
like backwards knees.
Is there a reason why we see such a sort of more of a diversity of droids in the kind of Mandoverse? Like,
I don't think there's an in-universe reason. I think it's just cool designs.
Yeah. Cool designs, and the animation has come a long way. CGI.
Yeah, that's true. Although I get the feeling, and knowing Bryce Dallas Howard, I bet they were puppets.
Yeah.
I need to watch it again to see, because they look like they could be puppets.
Check if they're puppets.
I was thinking that about Grogu as well, like how much of that is.
He's very puppety.
Yeah,
I think most of the time,
yeah.
Maybe when we see him walking, like
I think he's probably CGI then. Isn't he?
And his interactions with the kids in the village and like that.
He's so cute.
It's just so realistic, isn't it? The way the kids react to him, just like excitement and intrigue and disgust when he tries to do this vlog. I mean, I burst out laughing watching that section.
I mean, those kids are probably just genuine. Like, if you could see that actual puppet.
Yeah, that would just be it. They'd just be having
that would be me. Yeah.
Having a great time.
Yeah.
Did anyone notice that she served up Space Raiders on a plate?
What?
This is Space Raiders, the little round chips that are like spokes. Look at the food on the plate. Next time you watch it, there's a couple of Space Raiders on there.
Also, when he gets the food and they've had that whole conversation about the helmet, I was like, you're now eating in front of the open window and you've taken your helmet off.
In front of children.
I was so nervous at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're not meant to take your helmet off.
if any one of those kids turned around at any instant,
I know.
What's he going to do? Like, just hide?
They might
be Mandalorian no more.
Brendan or Pedro. It's anyone's guess.
And then we've got this whole
Is this a training montage?
Training. I wrote down montage, baby. It's another montage.
Jon Favreau loves his montages.
I love it. It's great.
And it's never explained why she is such a good shot.
No. We're never going to find out why the hot widow is a good shot.
She is such a good shot.
I mean, she's the only one that puts her hand up, isn't it?
Yeah.
When he asks if anybody
can
used
shoot
a gun before.
I love that. I love the fact it's not explained. It's just like,
yeah.
Hot Widow's just a really good shot.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it anymore.
We're not going to talk about it. That's it.
Don't ask her about the past.
But Mando and Cara go and discover the shocking secret of the Klatooinians. They've got a walker.
They've got a walker.
Yeah.
And what's it doing there? I wrote, the drama.
The drama.
It's very dramatic.
What is it doing there?
What is it doing there?
I think it's just been like stolen.
Abandoned. Yeah.
It's another
They've nicked it.
kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've made it their own. I think they've done a bit of a paint job and they've put a red light bulb in the cockpit.
Yeah.
To make it a bit more scary.
This was the point last night where I got a lecture from my 13-year-old son about the difference between ATSTs and ATATs. And
it's funny you should say that. Last week,
I knew this was coming.
We're about to have one.
Last week on Mandalorian episodes 1 and 2, I introduced a new feature to the podcast, which we haven't got a name yet for. And was it
West End Geek Girls.
West End Geek Girls, which is because I used to play back in the day the West End Games role-playing game of Star Wars. And so I've decided that every episode of the podcast from now on, until I run out of things, I'm going to find a little snippet from those books because I feel that the directors and the writers do draw on the role-playing game. It's quite a niche role-playing game. Not many people play it nowadays. It was quite popular back in the late 80s, early 90s. But anyway, I looked up about ATSTs and it didn't tell us much that we didn't know already. They are scout walkers designed for reconnaissance and support for frontline forces. So they sort of go out with the troopers who are on foot and they help protect them, which is exactly what the Klatooinians are using it for.
Yeah.
And it's what we see them being used for in Endor, don't we?
Yeah. They're helping the stormtroopers by, taking out Ewoks and rebels that get closer. They've got metal feet which are equipped with steel claws that can cut through tripwires and stuff, although they obviously can't cut through Ewok rope. As we see.
The Ewok very well made. Went higher. It went higher at their knees, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's only the claws.
Have knees?
So it happens so fast. How could,
Yeah. They're faster and more maneuverable than the AT-ATs, but less heavily armoured and armed. Okay. However, scout walkers are susceptible to fixed defences such as tripwires, downfalls, pits, and explosive charges. Balance is a serious problem for these bipedal vehicles.
Yeah.
After several unsuccessful actions in which unsupported ATSTs were easily foiled, Imperial tacticians dictated that scout actions would be preceded by infantry to detect, clear, or mark such traps. That's so much out of a rule book. Literally,
that is a lot.
But it pretty much describes where the Klatooinians went wrong. Because the Klatooinians didn't go ahead and check that it was going to be okay for the walker to plough in. They sent the walker in ahead of them almost. Yeah. And that was their mistake.
That was their mistake. That was their downfall.
Although they did have to really draw the walker in, though.
Yeah, they did.
It didn't want to go put its foot in the water, did it?
No.
I love Cara's just on a mission to tempt it.
Yeah.
It's so infuriating. And it's they keep showing the feet a little bit further over the edge.
I had a little note here. So they basically go and provoke the raiders to come and get them.
Yeah.
They go and blow something up. Why not blow up the ATST?
Yeah.
Why not blow that up? And then it wouldn't have come to the village.
I mean, it's a very good question. And maybe we'll find the answer with the whistling birds.
It could be. I have a feeling maybe they were well, now we've taught this village to defend themselves. We need to give them some...
We need to put them in danger. Yeah, great.
Finish the training with an actual action.
Empower them, so that they're not going to be walked over again, right?
Yeah, that's true. I was wondering if it was because they couldn't find it, but I don't know. It was kind of hidden.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they blow something up, and then the eyes light up, don't they?
It's sort of somebody was there on duty in the cockpit, ready in case that it was needed.
Yeah.
As soon as the explosions happened, with the little charges, the same as Chewie and Han and Finn are using in Starkiller Base.
Oh,
there's a sound design when they turn them on, and they go blip 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 blip, up a scale. Yeah, and I'm sure that's the same sound as the Force Awakens. Okay, we're getting into trimming. So.
I like it though.
I do have some notes about sound design now.
Yes,
go
to us.
So, amazing synth stuff happens on the whole raid bit. There's lots of really, really cool synth sounds going on. That's more score than sound design. But then we get like when the ATST gets to the farm, it's sound designed part like as a creature and part as as a piece of tech. So it's like it's kind of making some droid noises, but it's making a lot of like it's making a lot of creature sound as well. So it's like it's much more creatureified than any other walker we've ever seen.
I bet BDH, because she was in like all of the Jurassic relaunch movies. So I bet her like curious director brain would have been hanging around when they were doing sound design for the dinos.
And be like, make it more dinosaur-y.
It's very dinosaur-y.
It's very dinosaur-y.
Maybe that feels like it's all part of the custom, you know, like with the red light and the paint job. It's like they've done something like cutting off the exhaust.
Yeah,
you know,
they've done something to it to make it sound organic.
More scary. Yeah.
This is the rustic rural planet version.
Yeah.
It's very menacing. I remember the first time I watched this, I was like screaming in joy at seeing a walker, but actually also quite terrified in a way that I hadn't been in the Battle of Endor, where they're just, you know, they're just machines. We see them. Yeah. Whereas this, it definitely felt more menacing.
Yeah. I think a lot of this episode is about being from the perspective of a child, though. Yeah. And like, you know, from that opening bit where they're first attacked and the kid's kind of like the one that's sort of most vulnerable, and that you see a lot of the reactions of the children actually being absolutely petrified, and making the walker more like a monster makes sense because that's how you'd if you were like from that kind of,
if you were a child, that's what.
But also from like a farming, you know, fishing community that's kind of very sort of basic, then it would be a monster, right? So actually that makes total sense that the sound design plays into that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
There's a shot of the kids with Grogu during the fight. They specifically show them hunkered up, and
I suppose that's also reflected in like the whole thing about Mando himself being taken, you know, like the flashbacks we keep getting.
Yeah.
A lot of it's about that thing of like being a kid in this world, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
And being a lost, an orphan or a foundling, because Grogu is, Mando is.
Yeah. We do get a lot of cheering after this battle.
We do. It's very celebratory. Grogu eats the frog.
Yeah. Well, like, are you saying more cheering than actually there are people to make that much cheering?
No, I think there's the right amount of people, but it's all like, I don't know. I feel like there'd be a bit more PTSD or shell shock around. I don't know if I can cheer that quickly.
That doesn't come into the Seven Samurai trope.
No.
You have to have the big celebratory party.
Me going, where's the safeguarding? Come on.
You immediately have like a carnival and a party that night.
Yeah, totally.
Fair. We get quite a jump in time then, though, as well.
I think they've been there a while.
They've been there for a while.
I feel like they're settling in.
He says we raised hell a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Is his line.
I did wonder that with the training montage, like how long a time period.
How long?
Yeah.
Long enough for someone with the tracker to turn up.
Dot. Yeah, we've got this nasty looking Kubaz guy. This is the second Kubaz?
Second one. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was the recorder player in episode 1.
The magic flute.
Oh no.
Yeah, this guy looks a bit meaner. He's got like, is it armor over his snout? He's got like a weird helmet thing.
It's quite freaky looking.
Really terrifying. Yeah. I love this ending. I know people have complained that it's the same trick as when Mando kills IG-11 and you hear the blaster bolt and think that Grogu's been shot.
Yeah.
And then it cuts and you see, oh no, it was Mando shooting IG-11. And in this case, it's Kara shooting the Kubaz through the head. But I'm here for it. I love it. I love a little twisty trope thing.
Also, it's very believable that she'd be patrolling the village. Like, you know.
Yeah, she wouldn't relax, would she?
No, she'd get bored.
She seems quite keen to, well, she's more keen for Mando to relax than.
Yeah, she's trying to sort of set him up, really, I think.
She is,
Do we think he's actually tempted, like, realistically?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's tempted to leave Grogu, but, like, whether he's tempted.
He's really like emotional. I think it's the most emotional we've heard him when he's talking to her and she offers him sanctuary with Grogu in the first place, his voice gets choked, like Pedro doing this is why we need Pedro.
Yeah.
This is Pedro's job.
I feel like he really is, like, we're given all those seeds of him watching the children playing, and like he's so polite to Amara and she's really polite to him, and it all just feels so idyllic.
Yeah.
So I think, he genuinely would have stayed there, but for the tracking fobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also his culty religion.
Also his culty religion.
And his culty religion that he can never get away from. He's trapped in.
I mean, he was gonna leave.
You will not take my helmet. I love how simple. That's the reason I chose that line, was because Cara makes it seem so simple.
Yeah.
Of like,
just take it off.
Hey, just take the helmet off. Stay here. Don't worry about it. It would have been a lot shorter series if he'd done that, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would have been. I guess the fob thing, this fob twist at the end, it's sort of setting up like you've got to keep moving on. It's reminding us, because we did see that last episode with all the fobs lighting up and beeping. And
It's just going to follow them.
Yeah. They've got to do something drastic to resolve this.
Yeah.
Which we'll find out over the coming weeks.
Later.
Oh, it's so lucky rewatching it, though. It's just, I think Grogu, they get it on the right side of cute, because Star Wars has sometimes got it slightly on the wrong side.
Yeah, agreed. I think a lot of research went into Grogu just to get him just right.
Yeah.
I occasionally catch my partner with my Grogu just sat on his lap watching things, and I'm just like, you love him so much.
I'm holding well, it's not my Grogu. My fabulous Grogu. He just like playing with his ears and like, he's so lovely.
So lovely.
So cute.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't know his name at this point when these episodes.
No, I keep calling him Grogu. Technically, we should be calling him the child.
He's the child, or it. As
it's kind of spoiler alert.
And obviously, everyone at the time was just saying Baby Yoda.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. Even Jon Favreau is still saying that now, I think.
I
think it was obviously a kind of strategic marketing thing all along.
Sure.
What for the people who don't understand that he's the same?
It's like anybody.
He's his own being.
It's not helpful because people don't get where the story is at this point. It's like, we need to explain the timeline to you.
Yeah. Lush.
Bronwen, thank you so much for coming on this journey through these 2 episodes with us. I have loved hearing your perspective of it all.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. Turns out I know I'm quite passionate about it.
Evidently, yeah. I mean, you were very determined. Once I suggested the idea, you were just like, yeah, I'm in.
Yes, I'm in.
It was great having you here. Listeners, thank you for coming on this journey with us as well. And don't forget, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Sisters of the Force Pod, on Blue Sky at Sisters of the Force, on YouTube at Sisters of the Force, and anywhere you get your podcast, tell your friends, spread the word. Word of mouth is the best.
And we have merch.
We have merch on our Redbubble. If you go to our bio on any of our pages, you'll find a link to our merch. So you get t-shirts. Somebody bought a pin badge the other day. Very excited.
I've seen some pin badges in the wild.
Yeah,
this is
what
wild.
we need.
I mean, my friends in the wild, but that's still in the wild.
Outside your house.
It's outside my house.
If you feel like giving us a review on Spotify or Apple, that always helps with the old podcast algorithm.
Make sure it's a good one, because
5 stars,
we will be reading.
And Seah and I will be back next week on our lonesome,
our lonesome,
to dig into episodes 5 and 6 of Mandalorian Season 1.
Oh, they're good episodes.
They are. We got a little jailbreak. We got Toro Calican, Fennec Shand. I'm here for all of it.
Yes.
So until then, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.